Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to another video. All right, in this video, we're gonna do a mid-April food forest tour. Yeah, I want to, I was doing tours from January coming right down that you could see the progression, how the food forest looks each month, and just see, it's a progression, and it's also a journal for me, on the years I could look at the different stages back and certain things. I was like, okay, that tree didn't fruit this time of the year. It actually fruit in April instead of, in March or in May, so it's also a journaling for me, and I share you guys the journey as well. All right, so let's get right into this food forest tour. All right, let's go. All right, the first thing we're looking over here is my beautiful sunflowers. Yeah, I got these sunflower seeds about 5 years ago from Miss Linda, and I sprinkle them all over the food forest, and each year they just come back, so they're gonna die back, the seeds fall, and then this time of the year, spring, we have this beautiful, set of sunflowers, and we have them throwing through the food forest. Yeah, yeah, yep. This is a new color that I just see pop up. Seems like some hybrid stuff that just created it on its own. Yeah, yeah. This is cool. So this is like something new comparing to the brighter color here. And if you look back here, there is like a chocolate. Look at this. Yeah, so it created its own, you know, variety over here by just being here over the years. Yeah, that's how plants are. Yeah, and then over from the sunflower here we have our pigeon peas, which I need to come. You remember I did a video the other day about the green pigeon peas and how you could harvest them and all that stuff. Now look, guys, almost everything is dried, so I got to come out here. Now this is easy to harvest now. So you're gonna get the dry pea here, which you could, store, or you could soak in water overnight and just, cook it as any other pea, in soups, rice and peas, a lot of stuff. And I know through all of this, you know, dense plant in here, you're gonna see some. These are Ethiopian kale seeds. I'm gonna have thousands of seeds again here to collect as every year. There's the soursop. These soursop right here, guys, is, I guess it was just exposed to the winter, and for some reason it just it died back, completely. This tree was maybe about 8, maybe 10 to 12 feet in height. I know it's maybe just 4 feet or something like that. Yeah, but it's growing back. So, but the two trees that's exposed to the wind and everything for the winter is the ones that's died back. Have trees that's in the back that's more dense, that kept their height and no dieback at all, only lost its leaves. All right, so let's walk over here. We have our Malika mango here, young tree still, that's holding on to about like 3 fruits right now. I don't know if it's gonna continue holding that, but it's a very young tree. I could choose. It's a this tree. Yeah, like 2-year-old from a 1-gallon container. We have a beautiful curry leaf plant here. Yeah, the aroma, this is amazing. It smells really, really good. Yeah, and over here we have our peanut butter fruit, which I see is starting to push some flowers. Let's see. Let's get over here. Starting to push flowers here. Yeah. Yep. And then, we have our guavas as usual. It's starting to push out these, Yeah. This is a season now. It's gonna actually bear a lot of fruits. Yeah. So there's new growths and everything. Yeah. Yeah. One thing I realized, when you have a food forest, you have to just be so patient with everything. Might look at something and say, "Oh, it's not growing," and in 2 weeks you just see a big difference. See, we got more sunflower here. They're growing all over the food forest. So more here, more in the ground here. But look, let me just show you something else. We got sea salt spinach just growing through as a ground cover. Look at it. Spread right through. This is a perennial spinach. And I planted all different areas. Look. Planted here. Yeah. All different places. Yeah. Yep. Over here. This is looking so good. Underneath the guava tree. Over this side. Yeah. Let's walk. Okay. I'll show you how dense stuff over here. We got sea salt spinach on the ground here. We have the Mexican sunflower here, which is we use as chop and drop. And I have no problem. I know people always say, "Oh, the Mexican sunflower spreads all over." No, it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it's a certain variety, but this does not spread. It get big, you cut it and chop it down. I don't find it growing no other places than where I actually put it. So I don't know where people say, "Oh, it's invasive" and all that stuff. I'll get it. So everybody has a different experience. If you chop and drop it and spread it certain place and certain part, the branches touch the ground, it's gonna catch root and grow, but there's no seed that spread from the flowers or nothing like that. So we have a lot of Mexican flower back here. We have sugar cane. We have Lipia alba here. All different stuff that's plant dense. Then we have a red sugar apple over in this corner, right in. So this is the sugar apple right here, and then beside it is the Mexican sunflower. Like everything is like just dense together, and it's perfectly fine. Now let's walk on it. Well, let me show you the young. This is showing that fruits about to be loaded with fruits. Then we come down here. We have our Everglades tomato that's pop up right here. We have some papaya, pop up more sea salt spinach. Mexican sunflower. Back here now we have, this is a soursop. Another soursop here that this didn't have no dieback away. It just lost leaves because it's so dense with everything here. So it was perfectly fine on this side for some reason. Then we have our sapodilla here. Then we have our Fairchild mango, which is holding on. Fairchild mango, which is holding on to a lot of mangoes. Good. More here. Mango. The Fairchild is doing good. Have some more on this side. Then we have more ground cover again. This is now we're using the sweet potato as ground cover here in this part of the food forest. And then if we go on this side, we have a lemon tree right here from a citrus from seed. And the leaves are quite healthy, just dense with the katuk, the chaya. Everything is like just dense together. You see more Mexican sunflower with the Lipia alba. Lipia alba also bringing a lot of pollinators. We love that. And right below it, guys, look, we have tomatoes again, growing again. Let's just show you the tomatoes. These are the Everglades tomatoes. And right below that, guys, if you look here, look, what's that? Cassava. I spread the cassava around. Then we have our coconut palm on this side. Look again, we have more sunflower. This is not the Mexican sunflower. This is sunflower. I don't know the name of that variety. This is Mexican sunflower we use for chop and drop. As I said again, guys, people always say they see stuff that, oh, it spreads. No, it doesn't. I planted sunflower here and here, and it's been here for what, 4 years now, and I haven't found sunflower no other place. This variety, no other place. These other sunflower that's popped up here is actually from just a seed spread from the other sunflowers. Yep. So if I want to call something invasive, more likely it would be the sunflower that I have up in the front. Those are tiny sunflower, but from the Mexican sunflower, no issue at all. Oh, then we have a volunteer papaya that popped up here. Yeah, that's looking good. Yeah, the hog plum, you could see a lot of fruits popping up. Yeah, a lot of new growth. Remember this? I chopped this back really hard even after the hurricane. Yeah, remember we got hit hard by the hurricane as well. Yep. All right, so let's let's walk through here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we have the sapodilla here. We have another sugar apple here. That's looking good. That's, you can see, start pushing it off. Remember where I pruned it? All those are new growth, and it's looking good. Yeah, everything is just patiently ready to grow. I guess once we get like the first set of rains, yeah, we're gonna have this massive amount of growth. Yeah, all right. So got more lippy apple here, sugar apple. This is a young sugar apple here. We have a fig here that we get 1 and 2 little fig off. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Yeah, cassava. This beautiful plant here is the Australian berry. Which the berries, as the older the plant get, the berries gotta start getting a lot bigger. Then we have our Pickering mango right here. That's holding on to quite a few fruits still. Yep. It's a nice size. This one. Yeah, so it's doing good. Yeah. And I thought I lost this tree, about 2 years ago from, uh, one of those serious frost, cold street that we got. Yeah, so we have more sunflower here. Yeah. So one beauty, the sunflower, like, does give the life to the food forest in the spring when, a lot of stuff is still just start budding. It add that extra beauty, around, which I love it. But then it go right through the summer and everything. We have this beauty. You walk out here and see these bright yellow flowers right through and through in the food forest. All right, so then let's go over to our mango here. Look, this is the cherry that's actually, look, we have nice size fruits coming up here, but then it push off flowers again. The cherry do this every year. Yeah. Every year you get 2 set of flowers. Yeah, so we're gonna have some late fruits. Yeah. Yeah, these are gonna be the early fruits. These are gonna be some late. So right up to August, we're probably gonna have fruits. Yeah. And there's a lot of fruits through and through. In the middle, it's dense with a lot of fruits. Yeah, it's the first time I see so much fruits in the middle part of the tree than on the outside. Yeah. Fruits. Yeah, good. And then look, that new flowers popping up. Yeah. More sunflower. And tell me if you just love seeing, you come out in the garden and you see something like this beauty. That's extremely beautiful. Yeah. Yep. If you walk through here, I have more mangoes. On the ground here we have Cecil spinach, longevity spinach as a ground cover. Yeah. And right here we have the plum, the hog plum popping up. More mangoes right here. Yeah. So everything is looking good. The papaya here, that snap, I think during the hurricane, of all of this new, look at all these stuff. New. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and this papaya is one of those, the flavor of this is just completely different than every other papaya I ever eaten. Yeah. Then we have more, you know, Lipia alba. Lipia alba put on a lot of growth during, but during the early spring, late spring. Yeah, yeah. Then we have a purple forest guava here that we haven't got no fruit from yet. So let's see. Then our ackee tree here. Yeah, we did prune the middle of the ackee tree, and now there's a lot of good. Those orange stuff over there, that's all new growth. Yeah, yep. The katuk here, you know, I guess it's like the dry season now, so you see the katuk leaves all not looking as bright and healthy as though they normally would look. And this is in full sun, because the katuks that's in the full sun looks a lot different than the one that's in partial shade. Yeah, that's exposed to full sun. Yeah. Yep. Over here now we have another guava. Okay, guys. And then some beautiful growth. Beautiful new growth popping up. Yeah. Yep. So everything is looking amazing. Looking good, looking good. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And look again, we have CISO spinach as brown cover. We have the, I think we have like 3 different variety of sweet potato spreading out as ground covers. So also I'm gonna give it another month, and I'm gonna be, spreading, and broadcasting the what's the name seeds, the rosal seeds. I'm gonna start some in containers and broadcast some. All right. So then we have a jackfruit seedling here that's putting on a lot of growth. Jackfruit is not one of my fruits I really like that, but this pop up here, and it's probably gonna be a very big tree. So it's in the back too, so not a big deal. Then we have another guava here that started to push out all those the new growth. Look at that. New growth. Yeah. Look, we have a lily here. We bought this lily was to be an indoor plant, and I decided to just plant it here. And look how big it got, guys. This is only ornamental we really have in the food forest. Everything else is food related. Yeah. We have a Rolina here that's still bouncing back from getting beat up from the hurricane. We have another sugar apple here. Yeah, sunflower here. And walk back here. We have sugar apple. It's another sugar apple also here. This is a red sugar apple. We have, cranberry hibiscus here. Katuk, papaya. And look, you guys. We have our ube pushing. I'm going to plant the ubes in container this year. So we have one popping up here. Here again. One more here. Go in this container. Good. So what I'm going to do is put like a trellis behind it. Let it just, because in years past I had it in the ground and it was just covering over my, what's the name, tree. The loquat. So I want to just let the loquat breathe without having all that stress on it with something growing on top of it. All right. So we have, our pickering. You remember I confused this with, I thought it was a cherry graft, but it actually was a pickering graft. So we have mangoes here. These are falling off. But we have, it's the first year since I made the graft. Since I did that graft, and the graft took 3 years after the graft, or like 2.5 years after the graft to actually start fruiting, which I'm fine about. Everything in gardening is just patient, and you wait to see what's gonna happen. Flowers, leaves a little bit yellow, I think, because of rain. Gumachama seems like it more wet, moist, with a lot of compost. I haven't give this tree nothing in a while, but then we need some rain as well. Then we have day avocado. I got this in a 1 gallon container, very small plant it was, 2 years ago. So it was like maybe like a branch like this 2 years ago, and this is what it's done. It's about 4'9" in height. Yeah. So let's look at it. Mango. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Then we planted a lot of new cassava on the ground here. Yeah. Now over there we have longevity spinach. Yeah. More mangoes. Yeah. Then look, we have. Yeah. Look at the big difference. These are the ever-bearing mulberry. So tiny they are. Yeah. Yeah. Small. So I really. This one, when I just had this tree, this is the only one I would be eating from a lot before I got the others. But when I get the bigger ones, I just leave this just for the birds. Yeah. So we need the birds in the garden too. Yeah. So this attract them to come. Yeah. Especially the cardinals. The cardinals come and they have their belly full before they go out. Yeah. And over here we have lemongrass or loquat. Yeah, yep. And mango seedling here. And there's another mango seed in the back. We have to look at that right now. Yeah, you have a bunch of bananas. Here, that everything start to green up and looking good. We have a mulberry back in that corner. That's the Maui. Yeah, which we got a lot of fruits from so far. Yeah, nice fruit here. Yeah, and it's pushing out a lot of new growth. Yeah. Go back here. We have our hog plum here that fell. Yeah. So I wasn't expecting this to do much this year. Okay, went under some stress from the hurricane. Yeah, it was just late last year. So yeah, we have another mango seedling here that had some blooms, but then all the blooms dropped off. It probably decides, oh, I won't do nothing this year. I'll do it next year. We have more curry leaf plant on this side. We have katuk, lipiava all over here, another dense area of growing. All right, let's walk away. All right, so we just came from that side, so now we here in front of. This is a Suriname cherry, yeah. And guys, I hear people criticize about Suriname cherry not being good. Ha ha ha. I guess you haven't eaten the right one yet. Yep. In a Suriname cherry, you want to wait until they get like real dark. Yeah. And the fun thing, my whole family loves it too. They're always asking, oh, let's go pick the Suriname cherry. And they're familiar with all different kind of fruits because of the fruit forest. And they love it. I love it too. Like, great tasting fruit. It's high in medicinal benefits too. Yep. So a lot of times we grow stuff, you looking, where else can you, or how often, can you just walk in your backyard and harvest some cherries? Like that's probably what, maybe 3% of the population can do that. Yeah. Even less. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a pleasure to come out here and just harvest stuff when you're ready. Right to the season. All right. So then we come here. We have our June plum from seed, which got hit hard by the hurricane. If you look, broken limb, a lot of stuff. It just got beat up. So what I realized is putting on some new growth on these branches, which I'm happy about. Then we have a dragon fruit here. Yeah. Turn around. Yeah. And then from here we have our sugar apple on this side. Yeah. Yep. Sugar apple on this side. Then look at the big difference, guys. Look at this. So all my what's the name? Soursop were all this height. This is more in a dense area, getting protected from the fence, the pomegranate, the bananas, everything. And look at it. There's a barely dead branches on the, so I'm happy I did that. And that was one of the reasons when I planting stuff, I plant them different areas of the food forest just to experiment and see how they survive in that area. Yeah. So this soursop is doing extremely good in this little corner. And then we look over here. These are mango. Look at these guys. A seedling mango. Having some fruits on it. Some of these fruits have some discoloration. Let's see what happens with this. Yeah, so we have a few. I count about like 12 fruits on this mango seedling. And then we have our Rolenia on this side. Yeah, and it's doing good. There's a lot of blooms. Blooms is like, it do this every year. It's a lot of blooms that we haven't got no fruit from. It's a seedling. Yeah, so let's see what happened. Yeah, so let's back off from here. Then we have our banana circle on this side. You know, we have moringa, katuk, you know, another guava. We have, what's the name right here? That's blooming right now. Strawberry guava, that's doing good right here. We have more sunflowers. More sunflower. We walk out in the backyard and this is the first thing you see. Sunflowers. We have some seeds here that we could collect for the Ethiopian kale. Yeah, more. Get this again. More. Yeah, Rolenia over on this side, packed with flowers. I mean, this is the most flowers I see it have so far. So most likely we're probably gonna get fruits. Hopefully, we get some fruits this year. You know. Then we have a little spring garden, which don't look nothing like how the fall garden is, but we still have food here, can harvest and stuff. Yep. And then we have a pitanga tuber right here, and it's start to load up with flowers. It's that time of the year. Yeah, so let's give you a quick view of the food forest like this. Yeah, beautiful view, flowers, everything. And we have sugar cane to guys, like, you know, right trim through the side, sugar cane, right back. If you see sugar cane right through and through. You know, we have stuff going on. Yep. So this is just a quick tour update at the food forest. It's mid-April 2025. We're in zone 10A. Yeah, and this is our food forest is actually looking. Yeah. Yeah, this is our food forest actually looking. Yeah. So, as I said, this is my seedling loquat right here. Yeah. Yep. And then we have a bunch of, we have moringa right here. We have dragon fruit. This dragon fruit, no pollination needed. It just do its thing. Yeah. And it's dense, looking beautiful. Beautiful. And you guys remember all the damage we sustained from the hurricane. And as I said, the food forest always bounce back. And this is what we looking at right now. Blessing. Nature is, can be, terrifying, but it also is extremely beautiful as well. All right, let me turn the camera around. All right, guys, so I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, all the support. All right, all be blessed with peace, love, happiness, and kindness. One love. See you guys in the next video.